And that's a wrap for Eastside 302, a class filled with conversation, new insight into old ideas, frustration, creativity, being pushed out of my comfort zone, outdoor adventure, development of new friendships, ideas for my future classroom, disrupting the norm, journaling, blogging, group work, and becoming eco-literate. Wanting to be creative and fill my pages in my journal is the mindset I should have gone into the creative journaling process with, but instead when I heard the word journal, I felt annoyed and bitter because I'm not the kind of person who enjoys sharing my feelings. I was even more put off when I found out we had to share our journals with our classmates. I didn't want to share my ideas and pictures because I was afraid I was doing it wrong and that I would just sit there and compare my journal to everyone else's. And that is exactly what I did the first few times we shared our journal creations. I was not in my comfort zone and really wanted to retreat from the experience. But I was forced into participating and sharing my thoughts, and I'm really happy that this was the case. Because of having to journal and share my ideas about what we were learning in class, I am now much more confident in sharing with a group of people what I am thinking about a particular topic and the reasons why I'm having those thoughts. But I still won't be a journaling type of gal. Achieving the perfect thought to add to my blog post would bring me so much joy that I would catch myself with the biggest smile on my face. Knowing that my blog posts would be out there for all to see put a lot of pressure on me to ensure that they were insightful and filled with information that made sense to the reader. I also wanted my blogs to encourage readers to think about the issues I was addressing and perhaps being pushed out of their normal way of thinking. Lacey stated in her meta-reflection that she's a very blunt person, and telling the truth, even when it may cause discomfort to some, has never been an issue for her. I'm not a person that will tell the truth if there is a chance that it may cause discomfort, and did not take my blog posts in a direction that would do that. In the future, however, whether it be through blogging or reflecting in an alternate way, I would like to have the attitude Lacey possesses and take my writing to the point where I tell it how it is and not hold back because I'm afraid that I will make someone feel uncomfortable. Really? Am I really an eco-literate person? I want to say that I am, and that because of Eastside 302, I have grown to be the best eco-literate human being I can be. But this is not true. I have learned a lot throughout this semester and can tell you about waste reduction, recycling, our carbon footprint, using all natural products, saving the bees, activities that can be done outside, why we need to take our students outside, and so much more. And yes, those things make me eco-literate, and I have some pride in that, but I still do not find myself to be the eco-literate person I want to model for my future students. As David Orr states, all education is environmental education. This gives me some comfort in that I do not need to have my eco-identity fully developed before graduating and becoming a teacher, because my prepared lessons will hold information that can be identified as environmental education, and those lessons will then be taught to my students. Eco-literacy is something I want and need my future students to understand. Once they have grasped the concept, I want them to be eco-literate and live their lives with the awareness that the environment we are part of has many stories to tell, and that we need to take care of it because the beauty and nature we have now will not always be there if we do not make the effort to correct the wrongs we are causing to the environment. Or suggests that we desperately need more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of every kind. It needs people who live well in their places. I want my students to live well in and respect the places they are living in. This being said, I do not want to scare my students about what is being done to the environment. The Lorax would have been a book I would have definitely read to my grade 3 students. But after our discussion in class, I understand that the book puts all the pressure on the little boy to change the horrible circumstances. A young student can see the Lorax's message as saying that they have to fix all that is being done to our environment, which can cause stress in their young lives. I'm not going to be a teacher that causes stress to my students. Carly writes in her meta-reflection, "My environment is much more than the people who are around me. It is the air that I breathe, the sights that I see, and the impact that I make." A goal that I want to achieve is to be the teacher that influences my students to take the time and breathe the air, see the sights, and thank the environment for being so tolerant. Take the time to be aware of what you say, how you say it, and what you are doing to change your perspectives, actions, and thinking. Awareness is important and a big part of what I feel I took away from this semester.